You know you can't do this when even cheap pops don't work. Ladies and gentlemen, just want to get on with the wrestling, yeah? This next match is a tag team contest. It is for both the ICW Tag Team Championship and the Pro Wrestling Chaos Knights of Chaos Tag Team Championship. It is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first. Hailing from Blantyre in Wales, one half of the ICW Tag Team Champions, the Wild Boar.
Last month, the Wild Boar lost a match against Flash
and
Morgan
his tag
Webster.
team partner.
Oh. As I was saying, the Wild Boar lost his match against Flash Morgan Webster, and he cannot contend for the King of Chaos Championship for the rest of the year.
From Newport, Wales, he is one half of the ICW Tag Team Champions, Mike Bird.
But later on in that evening, after a quick chat with Mike Bird, he realized that's not all there is to Pro Wrestling Chaos. The Wild Boar and Mike Bird are the ICW Tag Team Champions, and they're looking to make their place in Pro Wrestling Chaos Tag Team Division and win the Knights of Chaos Championships to become dual Tag Team Champions. But perhaps more than Mike Bird, Wild Boar has got a score to settle.
And introducing their opponents.
As you hear that reaction from the crowd, but they're wrong about the modern culture. These are my two best.
The team of Edwin Ritchie, Danny Jones. They are the Pro Wrestling Chaos Knights of Chaos. They are the modern culture.
Danny Jones and Edwin Ritchie are two people that I have known for almost 3 years now over at the Dragon Pro Wrestling. Yes! The Dragon Pro Wrestling Academy in South Wales.
Well, Flash Morgan Webster's running, boys. Not looking dressed for a wrestling match. Looks like they've got shirts and jackets on. What the hell's that all about?
Well, they're going to win this match really quickly, and then later on they're going out for a sesh, they told me.
They're going out for a sesh?
Yes, a sesh.
What in the blue hell is going out for a sesh?
Well, they have been teaching me some slang backstage.
Oh, how's that going?
Yeah, it's going really well. You know, Danny Jones and Edwin Ritchie, the modern culture, they are McChicken legends, let me tell you.
McChicken legends?
McChicken legends.
The bloody hell is a McChicken legend?
You know, a pure ledge.
I've no idea anymore. Jim Cornette, would have a field day with you. Well, they were wearing the shirts, they're not anymore. The sesh, whatever the hell that is, may have to wait as they're going up against the Bird and Boar.
Bird and Boar, their former mentors and trainers over at Dragon Pro Wrestling in South Wales. But Danny Jones and Edwin Ritchie are now on the level where they hold the gold the Bird and Boar are aiming for here at Pro Wrestling Chaos.
But for how long? I mean, Bird and Boar are ICW Tag Champions. The only two other men to have held the King of Chaos Championship here as well. Boar not allowed to challenge for that King of Chaos Championship for an entire calendar year based on the stipulation that he accepted at our last show, Total Chaos.
As you said earlier in the night, you make your own bed.
Yeah, now Boar's got a lie in it.
The Wild Boar accepted it, but now he's turned his attentions to the Knights of Chaos, the two people who he thinks cost him that match.
To be fair, he's got a very good point. He's got a very good reason for thinking that.
It's a no disqualification match. He knew what he was in for.
Yeah, he did want to get one over on Flash Morgan Webster without a shadow of a doubt. I still blamed him for costing him that championship when Flash cashed in that Heir to the Throne briefcase. Oh, look.
Bird and Boar said they want to beat some discipline.
Someone's got to.
Beat some discipline into these two tonight.
Because Danny Jones in Total Chaos was actually the #1 contender for a split second when he was drawn at random to challenge for the King of Chaos Championship against Flash Morgan Webster.
He already had a belt to carry home. It would be too heavy to bring two.
I think he'd have managed. I think he'd have had a go. Get him on the back of the moped.
Bird and Boar want to beat discipline and respect into these two who they don't feel really taken home the lessons that they taught them at Dragon Pro. But I know them very well.
Right, so we're kicking things off then with Mike Bird and Edwin Ritchie. For those of you that don't know, Edwin Ritchie is the man with the blonde streak in his hair. Danny Jones is the slightly taller part of the modern culture.
I've got some more slang here.
Oh, wow.
That blonde streak is peng.
Is it?
It's peng, yes.
Okay.
Not just peng, it's leng. That's one step above peng.
Peng and Lang.
It's peng and it's leng. It's peng-a-leng.
I think you're doing really well with this slang.
So do I. I've got really good mentors.
Yeah, well, if anyone's going to teach you slang, it's the modern culture, without a shadow of a doubt. Do they know what the phrase Jackanakanori would mean?
I haven't got a clue.
No?
I don't think we've got to that level yet.
What about the phrase kiss my face? No?
Nope.
Smell my cheese?
No.
No?
No, I'm a beginner, see. But Edwin Ritchie is a professional at banter, and he is bantering the crowd right now.
Professional at banter, professional at slang. Well, this is a pro wrestling match, not only to retain the Knights of Chaos Tag Team Championship, but to potentially win the ICW Tag Team Championship. A company that the modern culture haven't ever wrestled for, possibly aren't even on the radar of Mark Dallas, and yet could walk into that company as the Tag Team Champions.
Well, for the third time tonight, a championship from another company is going to change hands.
Oh, it's going to change hands. Are we that confident? My God, look at Mike Bird one of the most brutal and violent men on these aisles.
Oh. Taking liberties, I think, with a former student.
Taking liberties. That was liquid wrestling.
Oh, this is really unfair. Look at them double teaming Edwin Ritchie. What are you seeing? And look at this.
That is tag team wrestling right there.
That is massively illegal.
How is that massively illegal? They have a 5-second break for that. That is classic tag team wrestling. Cut the ring in half, keep their opponent away from his tag team partner.
Well, I'll remind you that you said that later on.
That is why Bird and Boar are the ICW Tag Champions. That's why they are one of the most dominant teams in all of Britain.
Well, then they should go back to Scotland, because this is modern culture territory.
For how long? Modern Culture and Flash Morgan Webster could leave Pro Wrestling Chaos without any championships here tonight.
I don't believe that for a second.
Absolutely possible. That huge Mod versus Rocker match later on in the night.
Now look at this. I tell you, if the shoe was on the other foot, you would be very, very angry, wouldn't you? But because it's Bird and Boar and you've got some sort of bias against the modern culture, you think this is A-OK.
That's exactly what it is. I've got bias because I want to work for ICW. Danny Jones knew what's right. Didn't want to get involved with Mike Bird when he's firing on all cylinders. There's many different types of pro wrestler, isn't there? You get like the technical pro wrestler, the high-flying pro wrestler. It comes down to it. Boar and Bird excel at just out-and-out brutality. Boar driving that thick knee into the chest and sternum of Edwin Ritchie.
Well, I can't disagree with you there. Wild Boar had a very rough upbringing in Blaenau in South Wales, when the Valleys actually. Missing several teeth, all from his battles over the years.
I think Edwin Ritchie's going to miss several teeth if this connects. Oh my God, driven into the boot of Mike Bird.
And he brings that fire to the ring. And Mike Bird is just a boy from Newport who loves a scrap.
That can be said about a lot of boys from Newport, couldn't it? The old Ginger Jesus himself. First ever King of Chaos. Both these two men held that championship twice. To the best of my knowledge, no one has held both the tag team and the Pro Wrestling Chaos Championship. Are Bird and Boar going to become the first men to do it simultaneously?
Or perhaps, God forbid, Alex Steele.
Oh shit!
He landed right across Edwin Ritchie's sternum and face.
I think his elbow was driven into Ritchie's face there. Ritchie needs a tag now.
They have not let up with the double teaming. I am sick to death of this. Finally,
the referee has allowed it, and the referee is the law.
The referee is useless.
So, like, this modern culture thing, and they're now teaching you slang, and you're clearly biased towards these gentlemen. Are you going to become the fourth member of this faction? Are you? Like,
I'm not a professional wrestler. I'm just the best commentator at Pro Wrestling Chaos.
Is that so?
And I'm not biased. I just happen to call it like I see it. That the modern culture are the best tag team.
Hard to argue when they are holding the tag team championships around their waist.
Exactly.
But for how long? When you're going up against a tag team like Bird and Boar, I think them days are numbered. The Boar and the Bird have dominated Pro Wrestling Chaos from the get-go back in 2013 right through up until today, where they are dominating right now, dominating Danny Jones. They've dominated Edwin Ritchie. I challenge you to tell me when the modern culture have got an offensive move in against these two.
Well, they haven't had a chance with all the double teaming, have they?
Well, that's absolutely fine. The referees allowed it. They have a 5-second window for that double teaming, as you call it, and they're utilising it, which is what makes them one of the best tag teams in the country.
finally getting the upper hand.
And Danny Jones' night on the sesh, maybe a little bit shorter than it was going to be to start with. Might have a night on the sesh via Bristol Hospital.
They've still got the whole night.
And Danny Jones is hurt.
There we go.
No, Danny Jones is not hurt. Danny Jones has feigned an injury to keep the referee's attention while Edwin Ritchie drives the lower midsection, as we shall call it politely, as this is a PG show. Now Joey Ryan's not in the ring. Of the Boar into that steel post. Jones,
go on, I dare you. Say something about this.
What, Jones making a miraculous recovery from that thigh injury as he drives the boots into the Wild Boar. I'm not going to say that the Modern Culture are a bad tag team. They are holding the Knights of Chaos championship belts.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is the methodology that they use to retain, the methodology they use and the trash talking in the match isn't necessary. When we look at sportsmanship, we looked at Eddie Dennis earlier on. That level of sportsmanship. And I noticed how you were quiet when Boar and Ritchie were getting in and Danny Jones just jumped in to make the save. I noticed how the talk of double teaming just disappeared into the ether.
Well, if it's all right for Bird and Boar to do it, then it's obviously all right for the Modern Culture to do it. The ref isn't saying anything.
Like I said, there is a 5-second window. I just find it wonderfully ironic that you failed to mention it when it happens to your boys who are teaching you slang with their peng haircuts.
Well, you can't argue with the results. Look at this. Danny Jones is now in control.
I thought you were talking about his haircut still. Yeah, no, absolutely. He's got Boar where he wants him. A little bit of extra leverage there. Oh, referee saw it.
Oh, now he sees it.
And Boar's ribs are woefully exposed there. He's been stretched out by the Modern Culture. And again, the referee not seeing it. And as much as the ref does catch on eventually, there is damage being done every single time.
Danny Jones has got nearly a full foot in height over the Wild Boar. Not quite, but nearly. The referee getting physically involved. What?
Boar giving Ritchie exactly what he deserves. Oh God, insecurity from Jones. Like you said, the mentors and the students are definitely holding their own against their mentors.
Edwin Ritchie making sure the Wild Boar can't make that tag.
And let's not forget, the winner of this match will walk away not only as Pro Wrestling Chaos. Oh my God!
And Danny Jones also making sure the Wild Boar can't get that tag, this time by targeting Mike Bird. The Modern Culture have learned so much under the tutelage of Flash Morgan Webster.
Modern Culture could walk out of here as the ICW Tag Team Champions if they carry this on. Should be someone better phone Mark Dallas.
I think Mark Dallas would be more than happy to see these two fine athletes show up in ICW with his championships. Finally, a reputable tag team from South Wales.
Stranger things have happened here at Pro Wrestling Chaos in Bristol, but are the Modern Culture ready to step up and go to ICW? Danny Jones driving that boot in. And the man that trained him all those years ago at Dragon Pro. Danny Jones with that youth just going at it, taking this opportunity, flipping the V's at the Bird, ironically.
The Modern Culture can talk the talk and walk the walk.
Well, talk the talk. I know exactly what we were saying when he flicked the Imagine courts up. Knee to the face of the Boar from Danny Jones. Two young men. Oh, God. Really made a name for themselves here in Bristol at Pro Wrestling Chaos. We're a trash talk as well. Another Agincourt for Mike Bird. Jones's confidence is certainly rising. That knee pad is descending. For the run up on the Boar. Boar scouted it. Oh! Drops Jones to his face. Oh my God.
A leaping senton there.
In comes Richie. Driving the knees. Richie is not the legal man. The referee really needs to take control of this.
Oh. Is he all right?
I think he might be unconscious. And again, not the legal man. Boar can knock him out. It doesn't mean anything. Tag made. In comes Bird. Danny Jones trash talked him earlier on. This is what you asked for. Oh, God. Forearm from the Ginger Jesus.
Oh.
The speed of Mike Bird. Kip up. Bird's on form.
Mike Bird is one of those talented.
He's just brutal.
Oh.
He's a fighter. When we had Tommy Dreamer here earlier, he said people want to see him fight. Say the same thing for Mike Bird.
One of the most talented technical wrestlers is Mike Bird, but he just loves a scrap. And sometimes he loves to fly. Edwin Ritchie wisely making that save. He knows what's at stake.
Well, what's at stake is him being thrown over the top rope by the Wild Boar.
Despite the damage that the modern culture have taken, they are working as a tandem really well.
Oh my God. This is it. This is it. Bird and Boar walking out of here, double champions. Danny Jones knows what's coming. He's a sitting duck. Oh, good night. God bless. Mike Bird for the pin too. Richie with a save.
As I said, no matter how much damage Edwin Ritchie takes, he's always going to be there for his tag team partner.
Danny Jones is out for the count surely by now. He does not know where he is. The modern culture now.
Oh!
Mike Bird in the centre of the ring. Jones with the leg.
Shot.
In comes the Boar, makes the save. Split second away.
Boar barely makes that break of the pinfall.
The referee could have only been inches away from that 3 count.
And Edwin Ritchie with a spinning forearm that was lit. That was lit.
What?
It was lit.
What does lit mean?
Lit, it was fire.
Oh! 2 count. Modern culture can't believe it.
That kick out by Mike Bird, but he barely knows where he is. Scrambling for the ropes.
Richie still thinks he's won. Modern culture, you're not going to ICW yet, boys. It will take a sterling team to defeat Bird and Boar. God. Bloody hell.
Oh!
Incredible powerbomb from out of nowhere from Mike Bird.
The impressive athleticism of Edwin Ritchie.
In comes the Boar.
Oh! And Mike Bird shut him down. And now they're targeting Danny Jones. Oh!
Game over. Bird and Boar can walk back to ICW tomorrow with the Tag Team Championships safely defended. Oh no!
And Edwin Ritchie takes initiative there. He wasn't going to get in there to break the pinfall, so he stopped the referee.
Referee can't exactly ban him from ringside.
Oh!
But Mike Bird can double drop kick him through the ropes. And this match carries on. At the very beginning of it, Merlin, I genuinely believed that this was going to be a whitewash with Bird and Boar, but the modern culture have held their own.
You honestly thought the Knights of Chaos were going to get squashed?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Oh! Here on the commentary desk. Oh!
Right on the commentary desk, the Boar's face slammed in that Night of Chaos Championship.
And
there's carnage everywhere.
The solid wood of our desk.
And the solid head of the Wild Boar.
Built to the outside.
Mike Bird just taking Edwin Ritchie apart. We're trying to get to grips with the carnage that's going on here.
Oh! Oh!
Ritchie with a flurry of chops. Bird with a headbutt. And the forearm now again descended into absolute chaos here in Bristol. Bird holding on to Ritchie. The referee is putting a count. We're not going to see a double count out here, surely.
The Wild Boar holding down onto Danny Jones.
What?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the referee has informed me this match has ended in a double countout.
Well, as it stands, the Knights of Chaos champions, Richie and Jones, the Modern Culture, retain by the skin of their teeth. And Bird and Boar are still the ICW tag champs, and they do not look happy about it.
Mike Bird asking for a microphone now.
Boys, that bell might mean the match is done, but it doesn't mean we are done.
Mike Bird and the Wild Boar just taking out
Hang on.
the ring crew. What on earth?
This is not what this is about. This is not the actions becoming of two of the best wrestlers in the country.
What on earth are they doing?
I'll tell you what they're doing. They are sending a statement. They are sending a statement not only to the Modern Culture, but to Flash Morgan Webster.
Oh! The gutbuster from Mike Bird.
That's a member of the ring crew. Please.
Oh, Mrs. Patterson's revenge.
That is a member of the ring crew. We need to get Bristol General Hospital, St. John's Ambulance out here now. That is a member of the ring crew. That is not a professional wrestler. That is not an athlete. That is a member of Pro Wrestling Chaos staff being taken apart by two of the best wrestlers in the country. You cannot do this.
The Modern Culture would never do something like this. And these savages are cheering them. Savage Bristol scum.
Well,
cheering that kind of behaviour.
You might say they're subhuman scum, but they are not. They have sent a message to the Modern Culture, and that message has been received.
They just attacked innocent men there. That could have been you.
Could have been me. And I wouldn't have lasted 5 seconds.
Wish it had been you.